Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Welcome to our little cuppa and chat. I can't give you all flowers, so what I've decided to do, or what we've decided to do, is everybody who joins us today, you're going to get a fat quarter bundle and it's going to have flowers on it. How does that sound? So for those of you who are if I don't have your postal address, please do send it to me because I will be sending those out. It was just a cute little idea. So everyone's getting a gift anyway today. I wanted to show you a couple of things today. I know I go on and on and on about cleaning the machine, but Ralph, what I might do is hand over to you for a second.
Hey everybody. The this little thing that we have, as Leanne said, quite regularly, she cleans machines, and people can't seem to really believe a lot of the time, sorry for that big noise, that it really needs to be cleaned a lot. If you were driving your car and 15 years later you said to your mechanic, oh, I haven't ever checked the oil, I'm sure that he would be a little bit aghast. So what we're going to do quickly is just show this machine here has not been overly used over the last, I don't know, 3 months or so. But as you can see, take out the bobbin and have a little bit of a look down there. Even on this bobbin here, on this bobbin race, I can see that there is already dust down there. So what I'm going to do is pop the whole little section. Your machine may have a single screw or something, might be on this side, might be that other side, and take out your little unit, the plate here itself. And I'll just sort of show that there. So and my dad used to always teach me, if you're going to clean something, clean every single thing as it comes off and then put it aside in order. So if there are different things that need to come out of anything, if you do it all one at a time and in order. Now, one of the little tricks that we've just recently found are becoming available. They're available on Temu. If you're not too happy with Temu, we will actually buy them in for you, effectively whatever it costs us plus the postage to you. And this little particular unit has just got a single button there, and I don't know how well you'll hear this, but when I hit the button, and you can really hear that is buzzing along nicely. So here's everything. Now, sorry, I did say that this has not had a lot of use. I'm now covered in fluff. So you can also take out your little guide here. They're called different things in different machines, but that's your bobbin race holder, and that needs to come out if you can. When you put it back in again, just be very careful. I'll show you in a second the style you need to put that in carefully. On this particular machine, there's a little bar just here. I don't know whether you can see that easily, just moving there. And you've just got to be careful you don't bend that when it goes back in. So now again, with the little blower, there's a whole lot of little bits of fluff and cotton here. Remembering that cotton is a wound thread, that means it's got lots of little bits that come off the winding as you're using it. So I'll just give this a good blow out again.
Wow. I don't know if you can all see it, but I've got a handful of stuff coming out of there, and that was only cleaned just before it was used last time.
Still all over me, right?
I also cleaned the top, the whole, with that blower. They are really, really handy. Once again, as Ralph said, we don't technically sell them, but if you need one, I can get you one.
Okay, so just putting this bobbin race control section back in, it'll have sort of a little opening up the top here. So you push that in lightly, wiggle the whole thing until it actually sits. And if you try to move it backward and forward a little bit, it should sort of sit just nicely there. And on this particular one, just here where my finger is, there's a little spring. And when you move this, that should just push the little spring in and out a little bit. It keeps the play going there. And then obviously you'd put your bobbin back in, sorry, Obviously, you then put your plate back on and then you bobbin in and you bobbin cover. But as I said, or as Leanne said, also clean the whole machine generally, up on top, around anywhere you can find where bits and pieces can be getting into, including opening up the gate here. Now the camera's not going to be really handy for me here.
And what about the 920?
I'll just move that around. Okay, so in this gate section here, again, please be very careful, but
that's why I like the blower, because you're not technically touching
you're not brushing things and so forth, and maybe bending springs. So with the blower, a good thorough blow and close her all up again, and away you go.
Certainly save your machine a whole lot of stress. Thank you, Ralph. It's amazing. I clean my machine before I begin, halfway through, and at the end. People say to me, why do you clean it before you start if you've already cleaned it at the end? Because it's been sitting for a couple of weeks, and the amount of dirt and dust, I don't know. I have no idea how we have such a dusty home when we live 300 meters up the road and yada yada. It doesn't matter. It still needs to be cleaned. So this one is a really handy one. This is what the little box comes like. As Ralph said, you can get them on Temu, but you've got to buy a certain amount on Temu. This one is called the Multifunctional Turbine Dust Blower. You can get air in a can, ta-da, which is great, but it doesn't have the oomph that this thing does. And air in a can is about $12 to $15 a can. For $30, you've got this forever. It's USB chargeable. If anyone wants me to source them for you, more than happy to. But if you're happy to look on Temu, just grab one of those. They're really, really handy. Do you all clean your machines regularly? Yeah, see, I know. A couple of people are going like this. I had the two ladies, if you were watching my Facebook page, that came to visit me last week to make a quilt. One used my machine and the mum had her own. And I was talking about cleaning the machine as if it was an everyday occurrence. And she's going, blink, 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 clean it. If you don't know, you don't know. But seriously, it's the amount of gunk that gets down into that bobbin race, and it makes it so hard. If you've noticed while you were stitching and you're getting funny, odd sort of size stitches, it's because the bobbin can't spin properly with all the gunk that's in there. Take 5 minutes, clean it, and your stitches will be so much better. They really, really will.
How much you want to make a hat for them now?
Oh yeah, we had one lady, 16 years, she hadn't cleaned a sewing machine, and Ralph did that same thing in class, took the little thing out, and it was almost like a perfect hat for a mouse, because it was all the felt, all the fluff and all of that had solidified in there.
And I had one who asked me where she could get the new pad.
Yeah, you know how you got your feed dogs? One lady asked Ralph where she could get a new pad for the feed dogs, and we pad for the they don't you know, the thing that goes over that. No, darling, you just haven't cleaned your machine properly. All the feed dogs had filled up with so much lint. She thought that was a proper pad that was supposed to sit there. So we cleaned that, and her machine worked wonders. So that's hint number one. Hint number two, have you seen these fabric pens? These are actually crayons. They're pastel. I'll give you a top dot. Yeah. They are really, really handy. They're not just for getting kids to draw. Like, you can get kids to draw on T-shirts and heat set them, and then they're forever heat set. But you know, when you're stitching and you don't want to change, if you're stitching sort of like on black, let's say, and you've got a lighter color thread, and you don't want to keep changing your thread, all you do is draw on it, heat set it, and now that thread changes to that color permanently. So rather than going green, blue, green, blue, green, blue, or when you've got, if you're like me and you're a bit lazy, let's just say there's a corner of my block and this bit here hasn't lined up, but this one's green and this one's yellow. I just get my green, give him a color in the corner and heat set that, and now it all looks like it lines up perfectly. You can't tell the difference. Have you all seen these? They're really great cheat sheet, I tell you. I do have about 6 sets left. We've been selling them for years. I've been putting them in with kids. We do a kids quilt. You make an I Spy quilt, and each one has got plain squares in it. So as the kids are driving along in the car, to keep them busy, instead of doing this, you give them their quilt and they can draw their own pictures on all the blank squares. When you get to grandma's, you heat set it, and then they've got a whole quilt that's theirs forever. So they're really, really handy. I'm honestly not sure where you can get them. I mean, I know I've got them, but if just the Pentel ones are one of the better brands. There are a couple of other brands. I think you can get some sort of a one at a Kmart. Is that right, Emily? Have you seen them at Kmart? Forward again.
I'm not sure. I've seen the fabric pens, but not crowns.
Right. You can get fabric pens as well. I like the crayons because you kind of melt it into it, so it sort of changes the color permanently, but you can use either. So I do have a few of those. Has anyone got a little one at home that they think that they would like? You get the kids to draw a picture, heat set it, and then make a quilt around that picture. How cool is that? Anyone got little kids at home? Anyone got little grandkids they'd like a set? Okay. Liz, as a welcome, because you're our first time with us, I'm going to gift you a set of those. So I write this down as I go, otherwise I get up here and I completely forget. So would you like a set of those?
Oh, yes, please. Thank you so much. I was just madly
you're
writing down
very
the
welcome.
details.
They are
Wow,
absolutely wonderful. They are so handy to use, and they've just got such a great range of colours in there. We use them all the time. So there you go.
no, that's
Congratulations.
fabulous. Thank you.
Happy Mother's Day. That one's yours.
Yes, thank you very much.
Very
That must be grandmother.
welcome. Definitely. Hey, for those of you who joined our little May the fourth be with you Yoda thingy, this is what I was sending everybody, as well as some Yoda fabric. Yeah. This is technically little Grogu, but how cute are these? They're little zipper pulls. Aren't they cute? A lady was selling them and I just grabbed all of them. I thought, I have no idea what I'm going to do with them. So that's why everybody's getting one of those from the May the 4th thing. But I also do have, I'm trying not to, it's not a plug, it's just stuff I have here. These little doohickeys. I'm very technical, by the way. I'm going to open this pack because I've been dying to open them. How adorable are these? If anyone does follow things like Iron Man, they're little charms. So you can stitch them onto quilts, you can put them on bracelets, whatever. So we've got Iron Man, we've got Black Panther, the Hulk. How cute is the Hulk? Who else have we got there? Oh, what's her name? Black Widow. There's Thanos's glove. They're all obviously from that ilk, but they are so cute. Oh, that's the little dude out of Guardians of the Galaxy, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16 charms in those little packs, and they are just so cute. Don't know. Oh, look, even a cassette for the guy who does the music. But as anyone who knows me knows that I love all the comics and Star Wars and Star Trek. I couldn't resist those either. No idea what we're going to do with them, but I have them if anyone is interested. Oh, look, there's what's his name? Groot. Hey, I haven't opened it before because hadn't had a reason to. How cute. The other last thing, I know I did mention it last week to most of you who were online with me, but this is our standard rotary cutter, and you all know how light that is. This is our new rotary cutter. A lot of the girls were saying, even when they're using our super light one with all the safety rulers, those with arthritis find it very difficult to grip because that is quite slim. And we kind of put our heads together. I said, well, what if it's a bit wider? So you can see the huge difference. Can I have a top shot just to show the girls? So you can see the complete difference in those. This one's a bit wider, so you don't have to sort of put that much pressure on. I'm finding that some days, because of my shoulder surgery, the shoulder's a bit sore, the hand doesn't work quite so well. So this has been wonderful. Julie, yours is in your kit that's on its way to you. So you have one of those already. But we do have those new ones if anyone is interested. Right, that's all my little bits to show you. You all know 101 basting spray. I have a new stock of that in. So instead of pinning, which I would never do, and you all just saw me put together an entire block without a pin.
Thanks for all the.
Yeah, I loved all the. Terry, you were online with me a minute ago when I put that block together without a pin. I got so many messages going, "You did that without a pin." Yeah, no, I put an entire quilt together. See these? See these pins? What are they? Hang on, this one. This was in Australian Patchwork and Quilting. There's not a pin in the damn thing. I don't pin anything. They hurt too much because they stab you. But most people pin their batting and backing and yeah, 101 basting spray. Please don't use the others. They are not up to the task. I was trying to be very polite.
We went into a quilting club and there were 15 women around the table.
Pinning, yeah. How the hell do you do anything like that? 101. Even all of like Spock and all the award winners and all the bits for the Australian Patchwork and Quilting, not a pin in any of it. Emily wouldn't know how to use a pin if you paid her because she's been trained the right way. But we do have that back in stock if anyone needs any. But other than that, that's me. Who wants to tell me something? Who wants to share something? Who's got something that they want to show and tell? Removing my pin. Oh, you're all quiet. You just want me to waffle on. Great. Hey, Lisa, I know you showed us last week, but can you please get your beautiful bygone days and share with the ladies who weren't on last week? Please, please, please. You'll need to take the screen and talk. I'm going to shut up while Lisa does this because I absolutely love this. Was our last mystery quilt. I haven't finished mine. And quite frankly, Lisa's puts mine to shame. I'm very jealous. And Lisa's going to donate this one to me at Christmas time because she loves me. She's going to send it back. Oh, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It is really pretty.
My internet is unstable. I still have power, but
I just love it. The colours in it are just beautiful.
okay, I'm not a talker, but it goes together really, really well. You have a pile of blocks, sew them into rows, and then all of a sudden you've got a quilt top.
Can you show us the corners, please? I was a bit different with this one. As you all know, I design all my quilts from scratch, but the corner is actually one of the center blocks, but only the corner of a center block. And you'll need to talk again.
Okay. Yeah. Four corners, 12 halves, 9 full blocks of that one.
Not that she was counting while she was making it. I did all of mine in heritage colours, and once I saw Lisa's, I put mine away because now I love hers better. So now I have to make one of them. But yes, thank you for that. That one was called Bygone Days. For those of you who haven't seen our mystery quilts, every one of them is different. And if you go back through our website, you'll see all the different mysteries. But did you have fun doing that one?
Yes, it's very interesting and a very good built-in cases. I know you've got a better word for that.
Sacrificial borders.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Or the bigger, wider cutting of that last dark one, or the outside, making it bigger to cut down.
Yeah, because you can always cut down, you can't cut up. I read some of these patterns that the experts do, and they have 7 and 1/8. And what was that thing the other day?
15, 16.
15, 16. Are you kidding me? Forget that. I'm lucky if I cut a quarter. Quarter's too small. But you can oversize it, and we always call it a sacrificial border. So because Desley, your stitch might be slightly different to Terry's stitch, might be different to Karen's stitch. Even Emily and I can't sit down and do 2 halves of a quilt and get them to match up. Everybody's sewing style is slightly different. So in every Aussie quick quilt, there is a sacrificial border. We either oversize it to cut it down, or we get to a point in a quilt and I go, okay, this is what it's supposed to be. This is your sacrificial border. Cut that down. It doesn't matter whether it ends up at 2 inches, 2 1/4, 2 1/2, whatever yours needs to be to make it that size to fit the next one on, because everything's engineered step by step. So it allows you to have your hiccups, have your different sewing styles, and still get a great quilt at the end. These ones that think that they're God's gift to the universe, doing it all by
Y shapes.
Y seams and 1/2 of them, that's just not me. I make mine so that everybody can do it. If only 2 people in the whole world can do it, what's the point of it? I might as well put it in the cupboard and ignore it. So we make ours so that everybody can do every single quilt that we ever create. True? Do you all agree with that? Everybody can quilt, as you all know. Half our workshops when we're out west are men. And it's a big thing for the fellas to bring the young boys into class. So that's what we love. It is all inclusive. Yes, Lisa?
I found my mojo in sandwiching quilts just recently, currently, and I've done a little black dragon that I sent to my new great-grand nephew in Mount Isa, and have just finished 3 dragon orientals, elephant oriental, and my butterfly oriental, almost oriental, and another one, but that makes 7 almost oriental quilts that I will have done. It's a very good pattern.
Between now and when we do Thargomindah workshop, just for you to all understand where Thargomindah is, it's about 15 hours drive from here. We have to go to Emily's and pick Emily and Jax up, and then it's 9.5 hours from her place to Thargomindah, and we're doing a workshop out there.
It's as far west as you can go in Queensland.
It's as far west as you can go in Queensland before you run out of Queensland. But anyway, that's what we're doing on the 20th and the 21st of July. I've also got 27 queen size mystery quilts to head out. And yeah, but other than that, not really busy. Anyone want to say anything? Show me anything?
It's just in relation to the bygone era. Oh, by the way, I'm in the car. No, I'm not driving. I showed it to one of the ladies who is what I would call a traditional quilter, and I've done sort of a portion of the diagonal. I've done one corner in the first 2 rows, and I showed it to her, and she said to me, "How do you do the Y seam?" I said, "There's not a Y seam in there at all. We don't do Y seams.
Well, we don't do Y seams.
Y seams. We don't do them." And she was actually really gobsmacked that it could be done without one. So it just goes to show that traditional quilters have their way of doing things, and I appreciate that. But your way is so much easier, because we spit on Y seams, and I mean that with love. For those who love them, go you, but I don't.
Yeah, no. But thank you so much. I love that. I just engineer everything because Ralph has taught me to engineer them. Not to have a Y seam. Think outside the box. Snail trail, wander. I think you were my classic, and I always quote, you had that one square that you had done and you were so frustrated with snail trail, and then I showed you our way. It was slightly different, wasn't it? Do you want to take the screen and tell everybody? Come on, Wanda, be part.
It's a few years ago, but yeah, I remember I did it with someone else, and they the way you stitch one bit to the next bit to the next bit. And I must admit, I'm a bit slack too because I haven't finished the Aussie Quick Quilt one, but it's still in a box ready to keep going.
We have established
I
that
will
quilt
try.
collecting is completely different to actually finishing the quilts. But everybody knows that. Quilt collecting is completely different. Fabric collecting is something else again, but collecting Aussie Quick Quilts is as Janita's husband said last week, it looks like a sub branch up there because they've got that many Aussie Quick Quilts. And we do have on camera that he said she should take over the garage. So we have that and we can take that to a court of law. There you go.
100%. 100% on board.
We're with you,
well,
girl.
that's where I have my stash of kits in the garage. So, because I moved in December, so still trying to sort what I've got to do.
But the snail trail is so much easier compared to the traditional way. And I can stand in front of a whole group. And as you've all seen, well, most of you have seen, I've cut an entire snail trail quilt out in front of people in 7 minutes flat while talking and chopping and just describing everything, the strip cutter and the safety rulers. And here we go. And at the end of that 7 minutes, I've got an entire quilt cut out. I pack it all up and one person in the group gets to take the snail trail kit home with them. So
brilliant. I'll have to get mine out.
Yeah, get it out, girl.
You're making me keen to finish it off.
Just so much fun to do. So fast.
I still haven't received my kit for the new mystery quilt yet. So
no, nobody has. Well, actually, that's not
true.
I've sent 6 out because they didn't need bias makers. For those of you who are still waiting, and you missed the first little bit of last session that we just did, they sent me the wrong bias makers, and they were
no, let's put it right. The regular good supplier sent us a pack of rubbish.
Yeah, packs. They were these supposed great U-Butte bias makers. I tried them, and I couldn't get it to work. And I thought, I'm not unintelligent, and I kind of know what I'm doing. So then I said to her, here, you know how to make the bias. I gave one to him. Well, let's just say that didn't go down very well, and they are all gone back to the supplier because they were
rubbish.
Bleep, 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 bleep. This is rubbish. Send them back. And yeah, he doesn't normally get very upset, but it was so frustrating. It was just, they just don't work. But they're their new U-Butte ones. So I've had to get a new supply in, and they should be here tomorrow. But as soon as I've got them, rather than sending out one bias maker that cost me a fortune to send, I'm just decided to hold off, put them all in together, and everyone's will be out.
We've also bought kits, so they've got more than.
Oh yeah, we've also bought. It's actually instead of one bias maker, and for the delay, you're all getting. It's a set of 5, so you'll end up with 5 biases. So yeah, bit of a bonus there, just for the delay. But yeah, the kits will be out this week. We've done session 1, we've done session 2. We've actually already filmed session 3. No one was on board for that one because we had to change the whole film studio to get that done. Ralph will edit that this week, and then that will be up. It'll give you a bit of a guide as to what you're doing, where you're heading with it. But anyway, that's what we're up to. Emily, are you cutting there? Unmute and take the screen. I can see what you're doing.
Yeah, I was, because I was just listening to you. And I don't sit still very well.
Yeah, but show. Yeah.
What are
you cutting?
In Aussie 8-hour. Oh, it's upside down. Caterpillar fabric.
Still upside down, but that's okay.
Oh, pretty long.
Yeah. So yes, Emily's house is, and you can see all her beautiful fish back there.
We're cutting their rectangles for an 8-hour kit. Sorry, ignore Jax.
DeFargo.
So yes, Emily is her house is the sub branch of Aussie Quick Quilt, so she cuts all the quilts there as well.
Using the strip cutter, ignore my messy table. But here's my strip cutter. And my relaxing fishies.
All right. Do you want to share anything with me? Do you want to ask me any questions? Karen.
Yep, me.
Okay. Okay, Liz, what can I help you with, love?
Well, I'm just like very brand new to quilting. It's something I've always wanted to do. And now that I've retired, I thought I'd dip my toe in the water. And
Retiring at 21, that's pretty early, isn't it?
oh, how kind. 21 plus some.
You've had an anniversary of your
About
21st
3 or 4
birthday.
times over. Yeah. But like always been a real, excuse the language, rip shit and bust type of sewing person, and could never get anything straight or lined up. So that's why I took the big step, and I've just not long received your marvelous strip cutter, and I put it to use yesterday very carefully. I was a bit scared, but anyway, I finally got something that appears to line up.
Yay! Good job! Yay!
That's so good.
I'm very interested in following you guys, and was also just wondering, do you do online tutorials for absolute beginners with your strip cutter and your rulers and things? Because I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. So, like,
Yeah.
the
We
strip
have
cutter
actually
arrived
done
and had
many
all these marvelous rulers.
all the toys and you don't know what to, yeah, all the gear and no idea.
Yeah.
But we have many videos on what to do on our website, which is www.aussiequickquilt.com, also on our Facebook page
And YouTube.
We have our own YouTube channel,
good.
girls,
Yeah.
don't forget. So you can find us on all of those different things, but also if there's something specific you want to know, you just see this little baby here. All of my girls live on this.
Yeah.
Right? Quick, shoot me out a message and I can either video how to do it or point you in the direction where to find that video. We do regularly strip cutter workshops. In fact, you missed one just like 2 weeks ago. We had a whole strip cutter workshop. Send me a message and I will send you the link to that video so you can watch the whole thing. It's
Lovely.
all the hints and tips on it.
That'd be great.
Also, even if you've been quilting forever, Aussie Quick Quilt, as we've established, is somewhat different to traditional quilting. So we recommend you start with our Aussie 8-hour because that gives you all the hints and tips. Doesn't matter what level you're at. If you come to a live workshop, that's what you start with. And I've had a lot of traditional quilters come in with basically hand in my face going, oh, but they're big squares. And I go, if you're not happy with it by the end of the day and you haven't learnt a whole lot of different techniques, by the end of the day, you can take the quilt home and I'll give you your money back. We've never had to give money back ever. They go out with a fully finished quilt at the end of the day, go, I can't believe it was so easy. And so it's not the quilt that is that end product that you're worried about. Yeah, okay, there's big squares, but it's all the hints and tips that you get on how to get it done quickly. How you might not want to, but you know, me, I want to get in, get it done. If I can't knock it over in 4 hours flat, it never sees light of day. See, that's see this? From sitting down to sew to putting on it on bed, 4 hours. Quilted, done, finished.
Wow.
Emily and I have proved it. She and I sat here one time and she did 2 Aussie Manias and I did 2 Starmishes. We have, you don't know us, all the other girls know. We have our film studio here. Ralph has his painting studio on that side of the film studio. And then we have a retreat on the other side connected through. So if anyone ever wants to join us, they're more than welcome to come. They've got free accommodation. Emily and I went, we can't possibly have non-matching quilts. So she made 2 Aussie Manias for the top bunks and I made 2 Starmishes for the bottom bunks in that one day.
Wow.
So it can be done. We have taught over 3,000 people. Other than Lisa, you've been to a live class. Wanda has, I think. Judy has. Yeah, so you get in at 8 o'clock in the morning, By 8:30 we're sewing, have a lovely hot lunch. By 4:30 you're walking out the door with a fully finished quilt that's all quilted, bound, done.
A 9-year-old boy.
Yeah, we've had 9-year-old boys do it. We've had 86-year-old men do it. Yeah. We say we teach 9 to
Well, I'll have
90.
to keep an eye out.
Yeah, if we do 9 to 90 and then the
I'll have
older
to keep an
generation.
eye out for when you're coming somewhere near me.
Where are you?
I live just outside Warwick.
Oh, that's okay. Mum's at Stanthorpe.
Then I was going to say, well, you can come to mine. Then I'm in Gatton.
Oh, it is close.
And we need to change 9 to 90 to 2 and a bit to 90 because Jax is sewing a quilt too.
That's true. Yeah, he sits there and he says he sits on Mummy's lap and use the big machine, Mum. But we are hoping to get funding to do a whole workshop in Gatton. And yes, I know it's a drive for you from Warwick, but still, that would be a really good fun one to do. And I'll know about that soon, so that'll be up. If any of you want us to do a workshop near you, you have to apply to hit your council up. They've all got funding.
The post office has got.
The post office has funding now for mental health and awareness, workplace health and safety. Like mental. What do they call it? Mental health. Regional Arts Development Fund. There's lots and lots of pockets of money. It's not so much to pay us to get there. It is, let's face it, it's damned expensive to pack up and get to you, but it's whatever we get that lowers the cost. The quilt kit is what it is, but we've got hall hire, we've got all the travel, all of our accommodation. We only ever put in the funding application for the 2 days we're teaching, but usually it takes us a week to get there. So all of that comes out of our pocket long before we get anywhere near you. So it's just a little bit of funding to help us get there and also lower all the costs. You get a lovely free lunch when we do it. Ralph and Jaxie are cooking in Thargo.
But I mean, all the girls in Thargo are only paying half price.
Yes, all the girls in Thargomindah are only paying half price for their quilt kit because their Regional Arts Development Fund is paying the other half.
As well as just to get us up there.
So the funding is there. So if anyone needs any help to do that, more than happy to give you a hand with it. But we travel everywhere. We love it. Obviously, pre-COVID, we were gone for 8 months of the year. Didn't even know why we bought a house.
Well, that's why I put that thing up on Facebook.
Yeah, Ralph put that 2014 calendar up on Facebook the other day going, wow, these are the days. And do you know how many people I had trying to book into it? Yeah, that was 2014. You're just slightly late. But anyway, it was fun.
Leanne.
Yeah.
Just wanted to say a thank you because I really have never sewn before. I hated it at school and somehow fell upon you guys and your process and I'm starting to love it. It's now going to be my retirement passion, which hopefully will happen in the next 3 months. But because of your process and your vision and your interesting way with materials, I was able to, make one of your 8 hours in the perfect material for a new grandbaby and made my son and daughter-in-law cry. I wouldn't have imagined that in the past. So thank you for what you do, all your tips and tricks and all the stuff on your website. I've looked at, I think, at most of them. So just, thanks, and you offer and you do so much to help people get creative, I guess. So thanks.
You are very welcome, and thank you for that. That's lovely. I know some of you have never been to a live class, and I know Janita, it's a 3,000 kilometre round trip for her to get to anywhere that she can buy anything. And so it really does, it really warms our heart. I know on behalf of Emily and Ralph and myself, thank you so much because we are all three. Emily's been on the road with us since we started. She was 12 years old teaching class. And basically, she still is a very big part of it, as well as running her own business called Bandits Boutique. If anyone hasn't ever seen Bandits Boutique, check that out. She makes the best gear bags, and apparently they're pretty much bulletproof. And we do a lovely...
She runs her husband's business.
She runs her other half's business and on and on and on and on and on. And has a cyclone for a child who is delightful. But we are all busy, but never too busy to stop and help. If anyone has a question, I hope you all will just be online and go, hey, how do I do this? What do I do? Please don't ever feel you can't message me at 11:30 at night. Hey, Terry, we chat at 11:30 at night because that's just what you do normally, talk about quilts and what's coming up.
Yeah, I didn't expect an answer, but it was good that you did.
You got to remember, we teach internationally, and so 2 o'clock in the morning is when people in America message me. We have people in England, we have people in New Zealand. So I love it when our local little store down in Bundaberg, like it's an hour away from us, says, oh, you're that little cutty thing, aren't you? Yes, we just made that little cutty thing. Yeah. It's called international, sweetheart. But anyway. Emily was one of the youngest international quilt shooters, and yeah, all this sort of stuff. We have a ball. We've been having a ball for many years. COVID kind of made us change our model, but it means that we can now reach so many more people. Janita, I know you've only ever been taught by me remotely. Can you just have a quick word, just so that Ralph can record it, on what that means to you?
It actually means everything. So out here, we have no craft shop. There is no material stores. You can't buy anything. Everything we have has to come online. And a lot of times it's hit and miss. You've only got the red and white store that we don't talk about, or red, blue and white we don't talk about. And to have access to this type of class and these types of skills that we can pick up. So as a bit of background, my mum's a dressmaker by trade, so I learned to sew from her. So I can sew clothes, I can do that, but I'd never done a quilt in my life. So there's quite a few of us up here now, I think, who are attached to you guys, and we are attached to you. Your family, we're family. It's the way it works. But I have actually never physically done a face-to-face class. Everything's done via Zoom, and the mad text messages at ridiculous o'clock going, oh my God, I've done this wrong. What have I done? I've read it wrong, or something like that. And you're always there. It's never a bother. And I think that's what's most important, is we are never an inconvenience when we have what we might think is a stupid question. And trust me, I have them all the time. But you're never inconvenienced by us contacting you. We're never made to feel stupid. We're never made to feel like we shouldn't be asking questions. And that I really appreciate, because out here we have nothing. And it is true. It's between 2 and 3, maybe 4,000, depending on where we want to go, kilometres, for us to be able to do anything or go anywhere. So I live remote. It is what it is. But you guys have removed some of the isolation that's attached to that remoteness, if that makes sense.
It does, and thank you very much. And there is no silly question. The only silly question is the one that you don't ask and you struggle with. I don't care how many times you ask me, doesn't matter when, what, where. I appreciate the fact that you appreciate it, but one, it's called customer service, but that's neither here nor there. It's a friend helping a friend. You all send me friend requests on Facebook. I don't do a lot of my Facebook. It's always Aussie Quick Quilt Facebook. So if I don't respond to that friend request, it's probably because I haven't even opened mine forever. But I'm always there for you on the business Facebook. If I can't answer, Emily jumps on and answers it. You can send me a text. You can say, hey, quick, ring me. Take a photo of what you're doing and what just isn't gelling. And what works for you might not work for the next person. What makes sense to me. That's why we do the video, the instructions. I hate reading instructions. Emily hates reading instructions. Give me a picture. Like, let me look. I write the instructions and I hate going back to read them. They do actually make sense, which is quite amazing to me. And I've actually done, like that Starscape. I did that for Australian Patchwork and Quilting, then nothing. And then I had to make another one and went, oh, how did I do that? Oh, I'll read my instructions. And they made sense. I went, wow, they made sense. I could do that. I know that sounds silly, but I can't remember every quilt I do. And when someone says to me, oh, I'm in the middle of a XYZ, I have to run back to my catalogue, check what they're doing, and see how I can help them. So thank you so much, Janita. I do appreciate that. And I have a couple of giveaways. So who would like, let me see. Everybody's asked lovely questions. Desley, bright or dark? Bright or muted?
Bright, please.
Bright. I have a very, very pretty bright. It doesn't really quite show up here. Can I have a top one? Can you see that? It's really pretty bright jelly roll.
Oh, beautiful.
That's your surprise gift
Yes.
today.
Oh, thank you so much.
Now, don't forget,
Lovely.
everybody's getting a gift, but some people are getting extras. Right.
That's
Janita.
beautiful.
Oh, I know
Thank
your
you.
favourite colour. You're welcome, my love. Janita and Julie. Julie, you've got a gift already coming, so I'm going to double that. I sound like a Danos commercial, don't I? I sound like a bloody Danos commercial. Don't mean to. I just love giving stuff away. And Janita, I'm going to pop in a special thank you for you too.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You are very welcome. I need a tissue. Hang on a minute. I got a runny nose. It's cold in here. Now, does anybody want a little charms pack? I have two. So the first two people to put their hand up for the charms pack. Janita, you can have a charms pack. Cool. One more. Anyone else want one? Wanda. Okay, Wanda can have a charms pack. They are really adorable, and I just love. I know I'm a big kid.
We just missed out.
Hey.
Definitely does.
Oh, but Desley's got a gift already coming, so that's okay. Alrighty. And I did pick 10 winners for the little Grogu. That's that little yodery dude. If anyone wants anything that I've mentioned today and can't source it, you know that we're here. I also do sell the rotary cutter blades. We don't promote all the selling. We do the kits. And that's about it. And all the strip cutters and all that. But we do also sell rotary cutter blades. So they're 3 for $15. We sell the 101. We do sell the Dust Away. If anyone wants one of these, let me know. But does anyone want to throw in anything there? Linda, I'm having to look down here. For those of you who don't know the setup, the camera's up here, big screen there, and then I've got an iPad down here so I can see you all waving at me.
Thanks, Leanne. Can I firstly say how much I'm enjoying this session? It's probably very different, and like many attending, I'm really grateful for COVID. Otherwise, I would never have found you. Yeah, I haven't done your 8-hour quilt. I'm coming in on this mystery quilt, and I'm just wondering, can you remind me what size bias binder maker I need? Because I said I had one.
I can pop one in. Yeah, I can pop one in for you.
That'd be awesome. Thank you.
I think I have you down to get one. Oh, did we send Linda's the other day?
Oh, no.
That's okay. I'll pop one in the post for you. Hang on. Bias. Okay. It's a set of 4. So
wonderful. Thank you.
You'll have it all
Thank you
covered.
very much.
My pleasure.
Awesome.
So you're being very brave and you're doing this double starmish. That's on its way to you as well.
Yes,
So
I am. Yes,
the way we
absolutely.
do that, you do, because you get, see how this is all the dark section. When you strip piece it, you've got all this lights alternate left over. And so we make the other version of it. So you get the 2 kits out of the one.
Thanks to Mum.
Thanks to Mum, yeah. My very dear Mum. Mum's like 87 and 40 kilos soaking wet in overcoat. You might have all seen her photo on Facebook. But yeah, I would make this and then put all the rest of it aside. And she said, why don't you just make the opposite? I went, oh, that's why you're the grandmother. You're smart. So, anybody have something to say? Judy, did you want to say something? Unmute. I'll go Judy, then Karen.
Leanne, your dust thing, the blower. Yes. Can I get one of those, please?
Sure, Del.
Yeah. And how much, so I can add it to my bill?
I'll have to see what they are on Temu. They're only about $30 all up, so they're really handy.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Okay. I mean, by the time you buy 3 cans of dust away that last no time at all, these were fabulous. I know it sounds silly, but I use the same thing to blow out all the car. We've got the motorhome. I use it to blow out the motorhome. They are so powerful. You can stand back here, push the button, and when it gets up to speed, it cleans the floor. Just rather than sweeping it. In my sewing room, they're really handy because it chuffs all the dust out the door. Very good. Okay, I've got you down for one of those. Karen? I'm looking down because I'm looking at your face down here.
I'm having with the square off. I'm not sure if I've got it, if I'm using it properly.
Okay, hang on a tick. I'll get mine.
If I walk in there, they can see me, can't they?
Yep.
Okay. Pretending I've made a block, and I know. Karen, I'm just going to pop you on mute, just so that I can record this. Okay. All right. Pretending this is my block. Top, please. Very important phone conversation here. Pretending this is my block, and I know when you've made your quilt block, they never need squaring up. They're always perfect. They're never wonky. Yeah. So if you were my mother, that's true, but that's not true. I've got to square everything up. So you put it wherever. Let's pretend.
The 970.
No, what I want to do, I'm just going to pretend like I'm drawing this as a block. Okay, I'm going to pretend it's a block.
You're not going to see that.
That's okay. I don't know if you can see you saying they're not going to see the blue line. Okay, hang on. Wait a minute. We're going drastic. We're getting the Nico pen. Okay, let's pretend this is my block. Blah, 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 blah. And it's not remotely square. Oh, no, I need to square it up. I need, let's say, a 6.5-inch square. So I'm putting my point on my point. If you need it this way, you can put it this way, whichever way, so you can see what I'm doing. What I'm going to do is cut a square out of this to show you how to use this. Is that okay? Okay. Pretending this is my seam. I'm putting the square on the square, and I'm lining up one of the lines. I want a 4-inch block, so I'm moving it down to the 4. Well, a block with 4-inch sides. Then I'm turning it around, doing the same thing again. There's a 4 here and 4 here. I will do the 920 just so that they can see. Hang on, I've got to anchor it so I don't make you seasick. So you can see I've got that light right in the top.
That's working.
Yeah. So I've lined up the line. This is my 4, and I've got the center line down here. Okay, switch lights, cameras.
Oh, that one.
Now I have a perfect square out of the center of that. So you can use up all your scraps doing that. If you just needed to trim the corners, so I saw that you had an orange and a blue, I think it was. If you want to trim that up, you simply pop it on to the size that you want. This goes up to 8.5 inches, and trim and trim. You can put that wherever is comfortable for you, but always cut away from yourself. all the markings on here, it's all in 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch, and you line it up as you go. Is that correct? Is that how you're using it? Yep. All right. Did that make sense? Okay, I'm just going to, hang on, I've got to pick this again. Okay, we're back on. All right, front chop, please. Did that make sense? Yeah. Okay, and Linda, when you're doing your starmish, we used to use the really big square template. You can also use this one instead. When you get into it, you will see what I'm talking about. When you have to cut these pieces, you can use this one instead, and it's got lines down the side here. Top shot, please. I haven't filmed it yet, but it's actually got these longer lines at 10.5. So you line it up on your fabric and you use that to cut it. Much easier than trying to use the big template.
Template keeps getting in the tummy.
It does. Can you, sorry, Sue Hatton said, can she gate crash?
Yeah. Okay. Have you sent her the details?
I will. I don't know that she will still be on, but hang on. There we go. All right.
Liz would like a dust blower as well, please. Julianne had to go.
Hang on. I've lost me pen. Who ate me pen? All right. So Liz, you want one of those dusters as well? Yep. Okay. Duster. Okay. Now, Emily, are you still online with us, darling? Let me look. Can I see her?
Yep, she's
She
there.
is. Okay.
Yeah, I am. Sorry, I just had to make some food for Jax.
Okay. Did you want to say something?
Yes, I was going to give away a toiletry bag as well to someone on the video.
Lovely. Would you like to show what your toiletry bag looks like? I was going to say before have you got one there somewhere?
Yeah, you give me 2 seconds.
Yep. We do a lovely kit that's either for the guys to take to, well, guys and girls to take to mine sites. It's a gear bag, a matching quilt, and a matching toiletries bag so that they know that's all their gear. Grandmas get them for their grandkids so that when they come to grandma's, they've all got their matching gear. We do these all the time. So if there's something specific that you want, one lady...
Spanner
and a spanner roll. One lady actually bought... her son gets called Dougie all the time, and he is in the army, so she's got all the matching gear for him to take the Hey Dougie gear stuff to the army, which was really cute because Hey Dougie's a kid's thing. Em, go for it.
Right, this is one of them. This one's canvas on the outside, and it's waterproof PVC on the inside. It's the same stuff on the side of a truck.
And it's pretty much bulletproof.
So yeah, that's PVC. Just to show you, that's the start of a gear bag. But yes, I was going to give away whatever pattern you want. It doesn't have to be Winnie the Pooh here.
I think Pooh Bear's gorgeous.
He is pretty cute. And I can cover him in clear PVC too for a bit more waterproofing as well.
Very cool. So, did you have someone in mind for that gift?
Yes, I got Jax when I had the camera off. I got Jax to point to a face on the screen, and he picked Lisa Wood.
So, yeah, very good. I said, get Jax to pick. So, thank you, Jaxie. So, Lisa, you can let Emily know whether you would like Pooh Bear or something different.
Pooh Bear is lovely. Thank you.
I loved your reaction. I was watching because I had everyone's faces up on the screen.
That's gorgeous. Thank you, Em. That's from
Going
Bandits
in
Boutique.
for profiling.
Okay.
And from Jack.
Give him a hug for me.
Hey, excuse, he is eating. Okay. He said, congratulations. Yes, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Good job.
Bye.
Thank you, Emily.
That's very sweet. You're very welcome, Lisa. All right, girls, I hope you've had a fun time. Now, we did have the Sunday sale up. That was lovely. If anybody wants anything else from today, just shoot me out a message. Does anyone want to add anything before we head off and you can all enjoy your lovely rest of your day?